Hey guys, how's it going? Oh my gosh, I have so missed you, but I have been so proud of all of the makers that have been creating all this beautiful material for you to be able to be inspired with. So, but guess what? Your mother maker has been working on secret things, and guess what? Today's the day we're gonna launch it. And you're gonna see so many, new products, new projects, and you're gonna see all kinds of inspiration. So what I want you to do is I want you to just go to, after I'm finished with this live, go to makerstudio.com, and you wanna be able to see all the wonderful things that we've been working on. So guess what? I'm gonna be showing you one of my favorite projects today with the launch of this new product. Guess what? Everybody, this is the new jewelry, guys. Being able to have an adorable pop socket on the back of your phone to be able to hold and be able to customize it allows you to be able to not only kind of have your personality, but guess what? Those of you that have Etsy shops, this could become the cutest thing that you can turn around and resell. So this is one of the things that we're going to be showing you how to create today as we launch, drum roll, our brand new Glacier Resin and Glacier Resin Hardener. So look at this. I have put together the most adorable kit. Look at this. Got sweet Mary Margaret's hand on here with her phone, and it was so funny. She didn't have a pop socket on the back of her phone. So it was like, she's dropping it all the time, and it was like, look, we got you taken care of, girl. So we made this adorable little pop socket for her phone, and we grabbed her in here and we photographed it. So I thought, one, you'd love seeing that. But look at this. I'm gonna show you all the goodies inside that you're going to be able to be introduced to our brand new resin. Now let me show you. You're gonna be working with two products that is going to open up a whole new world for you. One is the Glacier Resin, and then one is the Glacier Resin Hardener. These are always gonna go together. So we're gonna be making geodes, we're gonna be making trays, we're gonna be making pop sockets, we're gonna be making vases, all kinds of amazing projects that we're gonna all be learning and doing together because of these two products. So look, are they just the yummiest? It's like the packaging, guys, I'm sorry, it's the cutest. But the product is great because on several levels, it's so great to work with a product like the resin that has no odor, and it has a UV protectant in it so that way it's not going to yellow. So when you're working on craft projects or you're making trays, or maybe you decide to do it on your countertop, I'm gonna be showing you how to do that on Amy Howard at Home, then you don't have to worry about it yellowing. All right, so are you ready to look in our box? Let's do it. All right, guys, so here's our brand new kit. What I wanted to be able to do is put this together for you where it's easy. That way you can watch this video, and you know, as we've always done our kits, we have recipe cards inside. So that way you will have a picture of the project, you'll have a picture of the kit and all of the yummy stuff that's inside, and then on the back you'll have your recipe card. So it's steps 1 through 8 that you can follow step by step in addition to watching the video today. So, all right, so in your kit, we've got our recipe card. This is just a little thank you card from me. Then we're gonna have our dried flowers. There are a ton of flowers in here, and they're just pressed. So this bag is holding it together, and it's airtight. So that way, once we open this, we wanna make sure that we take care of it and keep this card and actually try to keep this together on here because it actually helps with keeping the dried flowers fresh. You've also got an 8-ounce container of your hardener and an 8-ounce container of your resin. So that way, putting this together, we're always going to work with this 1-to-1. So this is actually 16 ounces is what it's considered, because you're always going to have to use the hardener with the resin or it will not work. So that way you've got 16 ounces of your resin. Then I included some little wooden sticks for you to work with. And then we've got the bag here that has our mold as well as our pop sockets. So let me pull that out. Look at this. In addition to that, I've included some gold stars, some of these adorable kind of pink. I use these on my pop sockets, and I actually just love it. And then silver stars. So you've got all 3 different stars that you can work with. Then here is my pop socket mold. If you've never worked with these silicone molds, I promise your life is just getting ready to change. And then I have 6 pop sockets. So you can order more of these, but this is a great way for you to be able to get started. All right, so now let me show you just how easy and how fun this is. One thing I want you to have, and that you're going to need to be able to get this from your she shed, or if you don't have one of these, I do want to make sure that you're working with it. You want to have a respirator. Now, I have these that actually have the filters in them that I can change out. I'm okay with you using a desk mat. Just make sure that it does have one of those filters on the top of it. So that way it's going to give you a little bit more protection. And wearing this mask is important when you're working with it wet. And once it's dried, you've put your mixture together, and once it's dried, you're okay. But while we're working with it in a liquid form, it doesn't have an odor, but I just want you to be really extra careful and wear a mask. The other thing I want you to have is to wear some surgical gloves or some plastic gloves. Now, it's better to work with these that are thinner because you're working with flowers, you're working at pouring. And I like to have these, a lot of times Jean will get them for me, and they're real tight fitting surgical gloves. These aren't real tight fitting, but I think this is prettier as I'm trying to show you how to do this. I was so excited when I found these that they're not blue. All right. So now make sure at all times when you are going to be handling your resin that you want to make sure that you've got gloves on. All right, so as you pop on here, say hey. Tell me, hey, I love seeing your names and where you're tuning in from. Here's what the exciting thing too is, guys. We are going to be giving away our kit, and y'all remember the drill. So sharing is caring. And so this adorable pop socket kit, we are going to be giving one away, and all you have to do is share the video and tag 3 friends. That way your name will go in for a drawing, and we'll be doing the drawing day after tomorrow, and this is going to be yours. The other fun thing about this is it's so easy. This kit is $48, and it includes everything that you need to be able to create this. Now, you will want to have just a measuring cup. It's even better if they're plastic. I just grabbed this out of the studio to be able to mix it in. And you want to be able to have either some paper cups or some silicone. We will have these on the website, so you can just pop on over to a maker studio when you get this, and you can order some of these measuring cups because these are great. The silicone, when you're working with the resin, it will harden, so that way if you want to, you can leave it overnight after you've made your mixture and then just pop these out the next day. The other thing that I found, the Clean Slate, which we now have on a maker studio, cleans this beautifully. You can come back and keep your molds clean if you've got resin, or you'll notice it's kind of sticky and working with it. The Clean Slate gets it off beautifully. All right, so now the first thing we want to do is we're going to take our resin, which is A. You'll notice there's 2 letters on the top, A and B, and these always have to be mixed together. So I've got these measuring cups, and I'm just going to do an equal amount in both. Now, I've got little markers on the side that I could easily make sure that I am doing the correct amount, but I'm going to fill this halfway. I'm going to come back now. This is my hardener. Now, here's the deal. You've got about 20 minutes. After you've mixed this together, you're going to notice after about 20, it's going to go, don't mess with me. So you want to make sure when you're working on a project to have enough to where you can mix different colors, but you don't want too much because then afterwards it's just going to harden on you. So I'm going to take my larger cup that I needed and my wood stick that comes in this kit, and I'm going to pour them in here. It doesn't matter if you do A first or B first, doesn't matter. But I do want to make sure that you get all the stuff off the edge. Hey guys, as you're popping on here, please say hey. I have so missed y'all, and I am so excited because we are going to be giving away this kit. And all you have to do is share the video and tag 3 friends and tell Amy hey. And I'm so excited to see who the winner is going to be. All right, so now I'm just going to get all that out. Now I'm going to start to stir this up. Here's another thing that's really, really important, guys. We got to make sure that we stir this for 3 minutes. If you want to put your phone timer on, whatever, I just want to make sure that you don't think, okay, well, that's mixed after about 30 seconds. No, there's something about continuing to stir this, which allows you to be able to make sure that these two chemicals are put together so that way the hardener is totally immersed into the resin itself. You're going to notice something else that's going to happen as you start to stir this. You're going to start to see bubbles form. You can have a hairdryer after you pour this into the mold and just barely hit it with your hairdryer, and you'll notice the bubbles will start to pop. So you want to make sure that all of this is blended really well. Now, I want to be able to do 2 different sockets. One, I'm going to add dried flowers because I love the fact that my dried flowers come in my kit. And I'm going to first go on and put just a little bit in here. So I'm going to pour in this smaller cup. It's a little bit easier to work with. And then I'm going to just pour a little bit in the bottom, and that's it. Stop. Because what I want you to do is you want it to kind of flood that area. You can take just a little bit of your wood stick and press it into the edges like this. Make sure it's evenly distributed. But you've got to be able to control the amount that comes out because, one, we're going to be adding dried flowers to this. This is what makes these adorable. Look at this. Is this just the cutest? Look at this. Now here's one that I worked on that I haven't attached to the socket as of yet. But these are the cutest. Now when you're working with this and when you're working with dried flowers, you're going to be working with them in reverse. So let's go on and open up. I'm going to open up my dried flowers. Look at this. And I'm just going to take out a couple. I want to make sure that I have some greenery with it. And then I'm going to save these. All right, I've got tons of different projects that I can do on those. So now, after this starts to set up, I usually like to wait maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm going to go on and mix up another color before I go back to that. So I'm going to pour just a little bit of my mixture into my other cup. Remember, this mixture is already put together. I've got the hardener and the resin actually in there. And when you're starting to mix colors, you want to put your mica, your pigment, or your glitter, or whatever you're wanting to put into it, put a little bit of the resin in first, then put that in second. All right, so now I'm going to take these adorable little stars, and I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to pour just a little bit in here. Now, when you are working with adding your resin or your mica together, you want to make sure that you don't have over 6% of your mica pigment, whatever you're adding, because it's going to unequal the chemical composition of it. Now I'm going to pour just a little bit more of my resin in here and stir it up. Now on this one, can you see that? I'm going to come back and add just a little bit more. You can never have, my friend Debbie says you can never have too much glitter. She has shiny stuff on her shoes. She has everything, my friend Debbie Fields. A little glitter goes a long way, she says, but every girl's got to have glitter. Got to have bling. Look at that. Is that the cutest? All right, so now I'm going to come over to one of my other sockets. I love the shape of this. And I'm going to be pouring this all the way to the top. So I want to make sure that I pour a little bit out. It's best as you're gauging this to not go too much too fast. That way you've got your stick and you can make sure it's nice and flooded into the crevices. Now, the other thing you're going to love about our new Amy Howard at Home resin is the fact that it is one of the best self-leveling. You don't have to keep turning it. It's going to be great. You're going to notice that as you start to put that in there, it's just going to self-level. I had to do that because of being able to do it on countertops. But I love the fact that you can use the same product to be able to create all these amazing crafts. Now, I'm going to let that sit there, and that's all I have to do on that, because the next thing I'm going to be ready for is actually putting my pop socket in there. So let's go back to our dried flower. So I'm gonna take the flowers that I have gotten. Now I'm gonna show you, as you're working on these, please make sure to flip the flower over. Why? Because the other side is gonna actually be the front of our pop socket. So as I'm working on this, if I did it this way, I'd be seeing the back of it. So just turn your flower and then set this into the resin. Now you can take one of our little pipettes. You can take some tweezers. If you've just got some tweezers, go to your bathroom, grab those, and then that way you can clean your tweezers with a clean slate when you're finished. Lay that in there. Now I'm gonna come in the back. Let's go on and take another flower because this one's a little bit longer. Turn it over because I want the front showing from the front of my flower. I mean the front of my pop socket. Press that in there. And now I'm gonna come behind it. You can tear these leaves apart and work on placement. Look at that. Now, part of this, I love the fact that your imagination, depending on the way you love things to be done, your eye for composition. I love the fact of just being able to have some of these. See, I need my tweezers over here. Tell you what I may do. Let's get one more little flower, right, and put that down at the bottom. Hold on just a second. And here, this is almost like a Queen Anne's lace. Look at this. Is this the cutest? Can you see that? So here's the front. Let me flip that over, and I'm going to put that right here. And let's add one more leaf at the bottom, just to kind of fill that negative space in. Now, love that. Now here's the other thing that you need to make sure of. There will be time, you know, we have to, once we've worked with our resin, we've got about 20 minutes that we need to be working fairly quickly. So that way, if you want to be able to create a lot of different looks, like this is one with the stars and the glitter, you could add a little bit of gold leaf to it. You can come back if you want to create some things. You could do pumpkin seeds. You can do vintage buttons. You can do maybe some berries, maybe some things off your trees in your yard, maybe little flower fragments. There's all kinds of things that you can do. But I want to allow to be able to let this set up for just a few minutes. So I'm going to come back. Let's pretend that that has been sitting there with those flowers for about 15 minutes. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to go on and fill the rest of my mold up. Why did I wait? One, I wanted those flowers to be able to harden into the resin and start to set, because if I come back and I pour this, the rest of it, to fill up the mold all the way to the top, my flowers will have a tendency to kind of float to the top, and then I won't have the composition that I wanted to have. Now I'm going to wait about an additional 15 to 20 minutes, and then you're going to be ready to add this. This has to be added to it before it dries overnight. Now, this is the side that you want to place down into your pop socket. Now, the 3M side where you see the sticker, this is the part that's actually going to go onto your foam. So you want to stick this down in there. So make sure that you allow about 1/8 left in the mold. Just get down to the side so you can see it, because if you put this in, if you fill it all the way to the top and then press this down into it, guess what's going to happen? It's going to overflow, and then you're going to have a much bigger pop socket, and then it's going to be uneven. So you just want to make sure, allow about 1/8 of that area there to be able to put this in. Now here's the other thing. Make sure that you haven't just freshly poured it. Make sure that it's set up about another 30 minutes or so. That way when you set this on top of it, it's not going to be flowy. It's going to have much better contact. So do you not love that? Is this like the most fun thing ever? So look at all this. These are all the different ones I've played with. I've had the best time. And guys, this is just the beginning. We are going to have so many cute, adorable projects. We're going to be making earrings and geodes and everything. Your brain is just going to explode. It's going to be so exciting. So guys, in addition to our amazing new pop sockets that we're all going to be making and enjoying the bragging rights on. Look at this. I had the best time. I'm going to take you through on another video and show you how to create these amazing coasters. Look at this. I went shopping in the produce department and dried these and used our dried flowers. We can gild the edge. Are these the cutest? Are y'all just dying? Are you dying? I am. This is what, when y'all are like, where is Amy? Where is she? I've been working. It's like I'm working, coming up with stuff. Look at this. Look at these adorable. Are these the cutest things? Do you see giving somebody one of these for as a Christmas gift with your favorite book? Look at this. Love this. And these are dried flowers. They come in a lot of different shapes. This is another workshop that we're going to be doing. Look at this. Look at these geodes. Is that so fab? Look at the edge of this. These are going to be the best gifts, the best workshops. I'm so excited. Now, guess what I'm going to show you how to do on Monday? We are going to break out. Look at this. I'm going to show you how to create tortoiseshell. Are these the cutest? Hold on, I've got to get that work situated. Are these the cutest earrings? So I'm going to show you how to create faux tortoise and make acrylic earrings that you're going to be able to turn around and resell and enjoy the bragging rights all over the place. Last but not least, because there's so many of them, look at these. This is going to be another workshop next week. I'm going to show you how to create these adorable little tea lights that we're going to be able to create them for fall. We're going to have them for Christmas. We're going to be able to put berries off of our shrubs and things in here to customize them. It's going to be so much fun. So don't forget, share the video, tag 3 friends, and your name will go in for a drawing because we need to give this kit away to somebody because I am so excited to invite you into my world of now making gorgeous resin, jewelry, gifts, everything. It's so exciting. I'm so glad to be back. I've missed you so much. Share the video and let's start crafting a beautiful life together. Love you guys. Have a great day.